Listen up. There is a version of you that is lazy, that is scared, that makes excuses, that waits for the right time, and that version has to die today. That version of you has been running your life for too long. Every time you hit snooze, every time you talk yourself out of taking action, every time you let fear win, you are feeding that weak version. And I need you to understand something. That version of you is not taking you to the next level. That version of you is standing between where you are and where you're supposed to be. You say you want success, but are you willing to let go of the old habits, the old mindset, the old story that keeps you stuck? Because transformation starts the moment you stop making excuses. The moment you say, I refuse to be the same person I was yesterday. You have to kill that weak version. I'm talking about that version of you that procrastinates, that looks for shortcuts, that settles for good enough. That version is your enemy. It is keeping you from your potential, keeping you from your purpose. And the only way to move forward is to destroy it completely. The version of you that makes excuses, that hits snooze, that says, I'll do it tomorrow, that version is holding you back. The old you, the one comfortable in mediocrity, the one who hesitates, the one who lets fear dictate decisions, that's the enemy standing between you and the person you were born to be. You've got to understand something. Success doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen when you keep doing the same things that have kept you stuck. You can't keep carrying the old you into your future and expect something new to happen. That weak version of you, the one that folds under pressure, that gives in to doubt, that lets distractions win, it has to die. Because every single time you choose comfort over challenge, every time you let your emotions dictate your actions instead of your commitment, you are strengthening the chains that are holding you back. You weren't meant to stay the same. Life is about evolution. And the people who win in life are the ones who are willing to let go of their past selves in order to step into their potential. So what does that mean? It means you've got to make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You've got to commit to being the kind of person who does what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. The old you gives up when things get hard. The new you pushes through. The old you waits for motivation. The new you creates discipline. The old you blames circumstances. The new you takes responsibility. That's the shift. That's the moment everything changes. You don't need permission to change. You don't need the perfect moment. You just need to kill the habits, the mindset, and the excuses that have been keeping you trapped in the same cycle. Because on the other side of that version of you is the person who is unstoppable, the person who shows up, the person who gets it done, the person who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. And the only thing standing in the way, the version of you that you refuse to let go of. It's time to say goodbye. Feelings are temporary. They are fleeting, unpredictable, and often misleading. Some days you feel like a champion, and other days you feel like giving up. But if you allow your feelings to dictate your actions, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of inconsistency, unable to move forward. This is where discipline becomes your most valuable ally. Discipline is what carries you through when motivation fades. It's the commitment you make to your future, regardless of how you feel in the moment. When you choose discipline over feelings, you stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right emotion to kick in. You show up every day even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, because you understand that success isn't determined by how you feel, it's determined by your actions. Your feelings will tell you that it's too hard, that you deserve a break, that you've worked hard enough. But discipline tells you to keep going. It keeps you focused on the bigger picture, on the long-term goals, and on the things that truly matter. You have to decide, are you going to let your feelings control your life, or are you going to take control and let discipline drive you toward greatness? If you're waiting for the right mood, the right energy, or the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. The winners are the ones who show up, rain or shine, because they understand that consistency is what leads to transformation. Discipline is the ability to push through when your emotions tell you to quit. It's the determination to act in alignment with your goals, even when it feels hard. It's about making decisions based on your long-term vision, not your short-term comfort. When you prioritize discipline over feelings, you unlock the power to accomplish anything. The future belongs to those who can rise above their emotions, stick to the plan, and keep moving forward no matter what. That's where true success lies. Excuses are the chains that hold you back from reaching your potential. Every time you make an excuse, you allow it to dictate your future, keeping you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. The truth is, we all face challenges and we all have reasons we could use to justify why we can't do something, but excuses don't change the outcome, they only delay progress. You can make excuses or you can make moves. Excuses are the easy way out. They come in all forms. I'm not ready yet. I don't have time. It's too hard. I'm not good enough. But when you cling to these reasons, you give up your power. You give up the chance to grow, to evolve, and to achieve greatness. Every excuse you make is another opportunity lost. The moment you decide to stop making excuses is the moment everything changes. It's the moment you take full responsibility for your life. No more blaming circumstances, other people, or your past. Success is built on ownership. You can't blame your lack of progress on external factors because at the end of the day, it's your decision to act or not. Excuses may seem comforting in the short term, but they prevent you from becoming who you were meant to be. They are nothing but self-imposed limitations, barriers you put up to protect yourself from the discomfort of growth. But growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Progress happens when you push past your excuses, when you take action despite the doubts and fears that arise. The best version of yourself isn't on the other side of your excuses. It's on the other side of your decisions. And the decision is simple. No more excuses. Decide to act, to push through, and to pursue your goals relentlessly. Kill the excuses that are holding you back and replace them with determination, resilience, and a relentless commitment to your own success. The world doesn't care about your excuses, but it will respond to your actions. So stop making excuses and start making progress. The future you want is waiting. Pain is an inevitable part of the journey, but it's also one of the most powerful tools for growth. Every single time you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, every time you fight through the discomfort and keep moving forward, you are building something that lasts. Pain doesn't last forever, but the strength, wisdom, and resilience you gain from overcoming it will stay with you for the rest of your life. We live in a world that often seeks comfort and instant gratification, where we want to avoid pain at all costs. But what if I told you that pain is not your enemy? What if I told you that it is in those moments of struggle that your greatest transformation happens? When you feel pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, it's a sign that you are pushing your limits, breaking down old barriers, and evolving into a stronger version of yourself. The pain you feel today is temporary. The soreness, the frustration, the fear, the doubts, they are all temporary. What's eternal is the growth that comes from stepping up and confronting those challenges head on. You see, what you're building through the struggle is a foundation for your future. You may not see the fruits of your labor immediately, but if you stick with it, if you keep going despite the pain, you'll look back one day and realize how far you've come. The world doesn't reward people who quit when it gets tough. The world rewards those who keep moving forward, even when the path is hard and the obstacles seem insurmountable. That pain you're feeling now is temporary, but the growth you gain from pushing through it will shape you into someone capable of achieving greatness. So remember, pain is only a stepping stone to the person you're becoming. It's the catalyst for change, the key to unlocking your potential. It may hurt, it may be uncomfortable, but trust me when I say, growth is forever. When you keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared for whatever comes next. Don't run from the pain. Embrace it, because it's through the pain that you will discover who you truly are and what you're truly capable of. To become your strongest self, you must first make a commitment to it. This commitment isn't just a passing thought or a fleeting desire. It's a decision that you make every single day. It's a declaration that you are willing to put in the work, face the challenges, and push through the discomfort that comes with growth. The road to your strongest self isn't easy, but it is the most rewarding path you'll ever walk. Becoming your strongest self starts with a vision. You need to know what it looks like. What does the best version of you feel like? What does that person think, act, and achieve? What qualities do they possess? You have to get clear on who you want to become and start aligning your actions with that vision. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. But when you have a clear vision, you can direct your energy toward it. The next step is consistency. It's easy to feel motivated when things are going well, but the real test of commitment comes when the going gets tough. Life will throw challenges your way, and it will be tempting to give up or take shortcuts. But if you truly want to become your strongest self, you have to keep going when it feels hard. You have to be willing to push through the tough days, the setbacks, the failures, and the doubts. Consistency in the face of adversity is what separates the successful from the ones who fall short. You also need to be willing to confront your weaknesses. It's easy to focus on what you're good at and avoid what you're not. But the path to becoming your strongest self requires self-awareness. You must look at yourself honestly, acknowledge your flaws, and take proactive steps to improve them. Strength isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing where you need to grow and committing to that growth. Finally, remember that the journey to your strongest self is a lifelong process. It's not about arriving at some perfect destination. It's about the progress you make every day, every challenge you face, every lesson you learn, every ounce of effort you put in. These are the building blocks of your strength. When you commit to becoming your strongest self, you're committing to the person you are becoming, not just the person you are today. It won't be easy, but every step you take toward that version of yourself is a victory. Don't stop, don't settle, and never stop believing that you have the power to be stronger than you were yesterday.